What if the camera industry has been lying to you for the last 3 years? What if the constant race for higher megapixels and heavier bodies was just a clever marketing trap? It was designed to keep you buying gear you do not need. Meanwhile, the real evolution of photography was happening in absolute secrecy. Welcome to the unveiling of the Nikon Z7 III. If you are a professional photographer, a high-end content creator, or someone looking to invest thousands of dollars into a mirrorless system right now, freeze. Stop what you are doing. Do not buy that camera body. Give me your absolute attention. Nikon is about to drop a device that shatters the established hierarchy of Sony and Canon. It is changing the rules of visual storytelling forever. For years, Nikon played the quiet underdog in the mirrorless war. They watched the competition rush to release overhyped bodies. Those cameras overheated, suffered from terrible battery life, and cost more than a decent used car. But while everyone else was shouting, Nikon was calculating. They realized that the ultimate camera isn't the one with the loudest marketing. It is the one that flawlessly bridges the gap between raw, uncompromising resolution and lightning-fast speed without skipping a single beat. The Z7 III is the physical manifestation of that realization. It is not a subtle upgrade. It is not a safe refresh. It is a highly aggressive, high-resolution weapon engineered to make every other camera body in your studio look instantly obsolete. To truly understand why this camera changes everything, we must look at how we got here. For the past decade, camera manufacturers have forced us into boxes. They told us we could choose to be a studio photographer or a sports photographer, but we could never be both with one tool. They forced us to buy multiple camera bodies to get our jobs done. This corporate greed created a cycle of endless spending. Photographers carried backpacks weighed down by heavy gear, multiple batteries, and external cooling fans just to survive a basic day on set. Canon promised revolutionary autofocus but gave us cameras that shut down after 20 minutes of video. Sony promised unmatched lens selections but gave us bodies with terrible ergonomics that felt like holding a cold block of plastic. Nikon watched all of this unfold from the sidelines. They took notes on every complaint, every forum post, and every frustrated YouTube review. They realized the community did not want more gimmicks. The community wanted a camera that simply worked perfectly in every single environment. The Z7 III is the answer to that collective frustration. It is the camera that marks the end of the beta testing phase of the mirrorless era. Let us dissect the absolute core of this machine, starting with the image sensor technology that changes the game entirely. For the longest time, photographers had to make a painful compromise. If you wanted massive resolution for landscape or commercial work, you had to sacrifice low-light performance and burst shooting speed. If you wanted speed and clean low-light images, you had to settle for lower megapixels. The Z7 III obliterates that compromise forever. It introduces a brand new dual-stream stacked CMOS sensor architecture paired with a revolutionary next-generation processing engine. We are talking about pushing a staggering high-resolution count while maintaining a dynamic range that captures deep ink-black shadows and blinding highlights in a single exposure. The processing speed is so immense that it reads out data fast enough to completely eliminate rolling shutter distortion. This allows you to capture fast-moving subjects with absolute mathematical perfection. You no longer have to worry about straight lines looking bent when you pan quickly. You no longer have to worry about the wings of a bird looking distorted in mid-flight. The sensor architecture uses two completely independent readout pathways. One pathway sends data directly to your memory card for the cleanest possible image file. The other pathway sends a continuous, uncompressed stream directly to the processor and the viewfinder. This means you get a zero-lag, completely blackout-free shooting experience even when firing at maximum frame rates. But raw pixels mean nothing if your shot is out of focus. That brings us to the feature that will make rival shooters drop their current gear in disbelief. The neural network autofocus tracking system in the Z7 III features a dense matrix of phase detection autofocus points. It is powered by a dedicated AI coprocessor that operates independently from the main imaging engine. This system does not just look for eyes or faces. It reads human anatomy, skeletal movement, and animal behavior patterns in real time. If a subject turns away, ducks behind a physical obstacle, or moves erratically across the frame, the camera calculates their trajectory at a microscopic level. It keeps the focus locked with a vice grip precision that feels almost telepathic. There is no hunting, no missed frames, and no guessing. When you press that shutter button, the image is sharp. Period. Traditional autofocus systems get easily confused when another person walks in front of your subject. They lose track when an athlete puts on a helmet or a pair of sunglasses. This new AI coprocessor has been trained on millions of diverse images. It recognizes the human form even if only a shoulder or an elbow is visible. For wildlife photographers, it predicts the flight path of birds before they even lift off the branch. For wedding photographers, it tracks the bride through a crowd of dancing guests without ever shifting focus to the wrong person. It transforms the way you work because you no longer spend your energy worrying about technical execution. You can focus entirely on composition, lighting, and emotion. Then there is the massive breakthrough in stabilization and video capabilities. Nikon has redesigned their internal body image stabilization from the ground up. They implemented a synchronized sensor shift mechanism that delivers unprecedented stops of stabilization. You can literally shoot multi-second exposures handheld without a tripod. For videographers, this means buttery smooth, cinema-grade footage without a bulky gimbal. The Z7 III captures stunning, uncompressed video at breathtaking frame rates with full color depth. It processes massive amounts of data without generating destructive heat, allowing you to shoot indefinitely without the fear of a sudden shutdown. Think about what this means for your workflow. You can walk into a dark cathedral, hold the camera with your bare hands, and take a 2-second exposure that looks like it was shot on a heavy studio stand. The sensor actively fights against the natural tremors of your hands, your heartbeat, and even the vibration of the wind. In the video domain, the camera changes from a high-resolution stills machine into a full-fledged Hollywood A-cam. It records internal RAW video with beautiful, natural skin tones right out of the box. The color science has been tuned to mimic classic cinema film stocks, saving you countless hours in the editing bay. You can shoot a full-day event in the blistering sun, and the camera will not display a single temperature warning. It is a reliable workhorse that respects your time and your art. The true genius of this camera lies in how it handles the physical experience of shooting. Nikon has always been praised for having the best grip and ergonomics in the business, and they have perfected it here. The buttons are placed exactly where your fingers naturally fall. The weather sealing is industrial grade, allowing you to shoot in pouring rain, freezing blizzards, or dusty deserts without a single worry. They have created a new electronic viewfinder that has the highest resolution and brightness on the market, making you forget you are looking at a digital screen. It feels exactly like looking through an optical piece of glass, but with all the added benefits of digital overlays and real-time exposure previews. The battery life has been doubled compared to previous generations, utilizing a new smart power management system that squeezes every bit of juice out of the cell. You can go out for a weekend shoot and leave the charger at home. This is the level of reliability that separates tools from toys. It is a camera designed by actual photographers who know what it feels like to be out in the field when everything is on the line. When you look at the competition, the gap becomes embarrassing. Sony has spent years releasing incremental updates that feel like minor software patches hidden inside expensive new bodies. Canon has locked down their lens mount system, forcing you to pay astronomical prices for their native glass while blocking third-party manufacturers from helping the community. Nikon has taken the exact opposite approach. They opened up their Z mount to the world, resulting in the most diverse, sharpest, and most affordable lens lineup in history. And now, with the Z7 III, they have given those lenses the ultimate sensor to shine on. This camera is a wake-up call to the entire industry. It proves that a company can still innovate without exploiting its user base. It proves that resolution and speed do not have to be enemies. It is a bold, aggressive statement that re-establishes Nikon as the undisputed king of photographic equipment. My honest opinion on this product is very simple. The Nikon Z7 III is an absolute masterpiece and a genuine industry disruptor. It stops being a tool and becomes an extension of your creative mind. It perfectly solves the age-old dilemma between speed and resolution, making it the most versatile weapon a creator can own today. It is worth every single penny and will dominate the market for years to come. If you buy any other camera right now, you are simply paying more money for older technology.